Congratulations for choosing the green cable surface from Flextherm. As a leader in floor warming and heating systems, we guarantee the reliability and performance of all our products. This video will show you how simple the installation process can be if you follow the directions closely. Before you start, carefully read the installation guide included in your floor heating package. We'll show you step by step how to install the green cable surface in a bathroom. This product is approved for use in wet environments such as a shower with a ceramic or natural stone floor or in a sauna. In that case, you must install a second system distinct from the one covering the floor of the room. Refer to the installation guide for complete details about installation in a wet environment. Let's start by evaluating the surface to be heated. On the floor, mark the outline of any obstacles to be skirted, such as fixed furniture or furniture under which air cannot circulate freely. In our example, we need to deal with a bathtub, a sink enclosure, a shower, a corner cabinet, and a toilet. If your space is irregular, our example will illustrate what you need to do. Make a scaled drawing on graph paper. With a calculator and some basic math, work out the surface area to be heated. Calculate the overall area by multiplying length times width. Subtract from that total all the surfaces that will not be heated. Calculate the area of the non-heated surfaces by multiplying their length times their width. If obstacles have angles, as is the case for the tub, the shower, and the cabinet, be sure to heat all the available area of the floor. Calculate the area of the triangle by multiplying length by width and then dividing by 2. Subtract the area of the triangle from the area of the square to calculate the net area of the obstacle. Finally, subtract the net area of each obstacle from the total area of the room to arrive at the net area to be heated. Repeat the measurements and calculations to be certain that you have accurately calculated the surface to heat. Check the label on the package to confirm you have the right length of cable for the area to be heated. Never install a cable designed for a larger surface since it cannot be shortened. Now we'll prepare the floor surface. Sweep up the larger debris. Inspect the floor carefully since even small things such as nail heads, screws, or staples can damage the cable. Use a vacuum cleaner. Finally, clean up with a damp sponge because dust can interfere with adhesion of the gauges using hot glue and the dry set mortar or self-leveling cement afterwards. Test the cable before breaking the seal. Check the resistance with a multimeter. The reading should be within 5% of the value on the cable label attached to the cable. Also, check the insulation using a megometer. A reading of infinity confirms that the cable is good. Record the readings on the warranty card included in the package to validate the system warranty. Now, you're ready to install the cable. To easily unroll the cable, remove the dotted sections on each side of the box and insert a pipe or stick with a maximum diameter of 2.5 centimeters or 1 inch. By placing the end of the cable in the slot, you can unroll the cable as you need it. Plan your installation carefully. You must maintain a minimum distance between the cable and the obstacles you marked on the floor earlier. Maintain a distance of at least 1.3 centimeters or half an inch from the base of a fixed item, a bath, or a shower. At least 5 centimeters or 2 inches from a wall, and 20.3 centimeters or 8 inches from another heating source on the floor. For a toilet, the minimum distance from the drain is 15.25 centimeters or 6 inches. This is the same for a shower drain or main drain. Remember that no cable run can exceed 3 meters or 10 feet in length. If your room is larger, divide it into sections. Plan a buffer zone that is easily accessible at the end of the installation where you can place any excess cable. Pick low traffic locations such as behind a bath or a door. In our case, we will use the space on each side of the toilet as the buffer zone. Note that the first section of the green cable surface is thicker and is 3 meters or 10 feet long. This is the cold lead that connects to the electrical box. Ensure there is a hole at the base of the wall and insert 2 cords from the electrical junction box. Leave the ends out for subsequent use to fish the cold lead and the probe cable into the junction box. Make a groove on the floor to glue the mechanical joint. For proper connection, the joint must be installed on the floor within 3 meters or 10 feet of the electrical box. Clean up all debris. Roll up the identification label on the cold lead and secure it with electrical tape. Attach the end of the cold lead and the end of the probe to the cords you previously inserted in the wall. Pull on the cords to raise the cold lead and the probe. Fix the mechanical joint in the groove with hot glue. Your kit includes gauges to attach the cable to the floor. The gauges are the only approved method to attach the cable. The gauges have quick snap-in points every inch to ensure uniform spacing between the cable runs. With the green cable surface, the spacing must be 2 or 3 inches for a 2-watt cable and 3 or 4 inches for a 3-watt cable. The correct spacing depends on the type of installation. Refer to the installation guide to confirm the cable's output and spacing. Spacing cannot be modified during installation. This would create temperature variations on the floor. Use shears to cut the ends of the gauges to begin your installation. On plywood, they can be attached with hot glue, staples, nails, or screws. On a concrete surface, they can be attached with glue or screws. Using a back and forth motion, lace the cable into the gauges. Apply enough tension so that the cable does not move when applying cement adhesive or self-leveling cement. Make sure the cable follows the shape of the gauges. Attach the gauges as you go along. The cable cannot be overlapped, cut, shortened, modified, or stapled. If you have to install the cable on a step or podium riser, make a wide curve. This will allow for heat expansion and will avoid a tight angle that could damage the cable. You should groove the corner of the step or riser for the same reasons. To skirt around obstacles, install the gauges so that they follow the outline of the obstacles. The gauges must always remain parallel to each other and at right angles to the cable runs. When there is not enough space for a cable return, change direction. Continue lacing the cable. Install any excess in the buffer zone while maintaining the selected spacing. When this is completed, attach the end of the cable with hot glue. Be careful not to touch the cable with the tip of the hot glue gun. With the cable completely attached to the floor, install stabilizing gauges at regular intervals of 90 to 120 centimeters or 3 to 4 feet. Slide them in upside down and turn them, then insert the cable and glue the gauges to the floor. Let's install the thermostat probe. The probe must be located between 2 cable runs from 30 to 60 centimeters or 1 to 2 feet inside the heating zone, but away from any other source of heat or cold, such as direct exposure to sunlight or a cold water pipe. The probe cannot overlap the heating cable. Determine the appropriate location and glue the probe to the floor. Glue the probe wire to the floor up to the wall. Repeat the resistance and insulation tests and record the results on the warranty card. Install a protective plate at the base of the wall to protect the cold lead and the probe wire from possible damage by nails during the installation of baseboards and quarter round. Take a photo of your installation. This will be a helpful reminder during future renovations. You are now ready to install the floor covering. We'll look at 2 different techniques. Check first with the manufacturer to ensure product compatibility with Flextherm heated floors. Select one of the two techniques depending on the flooring materials: ceramic, stone, or other flooring. The first technique for ceramic and stone uses glazing with polymer-based dry set mortar. Apply it in the same direction as the cables using a flat trowel at an angle of 45 degrees. When it is properly dried, usually after 24 hours, install the floor covering using the recommended adhesive. The glazing stabilizes the cable and facilitates installation of the floor covering. Let's conclude with polymer-based self-leveling underlayment that works with all types of floor coverings. Prepare your floor before pouring the base layer. Fill all holes with fiberglass. Run a bead of silicone between the walls and the floor. Glue a foam sheet along the base of the wall. Apply a primer coat on the entire floor surface and let it dry as per manufacturer's directions. With a scraper, carefully spread the self-leveling underlayment. When it is completely dry, you can install your floor covering, following the manufacturer's instructions. Be sure you have covered the cables completely if you are using a floor covering other than ceramic or natural stone. The last step is connecting the cables to the thermostat. First, repeat the resistance and insulation integrity tests one last time. Record the results again on the warranty card. The connection of the thermostat must comply with the electrical code in your region. Installation must be performed by a duly qualified individual where required by law. To maintain manufacturer's warranties, follow the required curing times for the cement adhesive or self-leveling materials prior to operating the floor heating system. You are now ready to enjoy the soft and enveloping warmth of your Flextherm system.